Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most storied NFL franchises. Been to the Super Bowl more than most teams would ever dream of. But this year, 11-0 to end up 12-4 and first round playoff loss. What was the Steelers' main problem this year? It wasn't Big Ben. Big Ben wasn't the main problem. Dropping the ball was a big problem, but not the main problem. The main problem in Pittsburgh Steelers season this year had to do with the ability or the lack of the ability to get 1 yard when they need it. In my lifetime, I always looked at the Steelers as a team that intimidated, that when they came into the stadium, they're going to bring a physical presence. They're going to hit you. They're going to bang you. They're going to come at you hard. They're going to play great defense. They're going to run the ball. They're going to batter you. That was the image of the Pittsburgh Steelers in my lifetime. The Steelers have lost that mystique. They no longer are that team that intimidates you. And where they're lacking it the most is in their ability to get 1 yard. I saw multiple times this year where the Steelers needed 1 yard, whether it was on a goal line, whether it was 4th and 1, from somewhere on the field, they could not get 1 yard. They could not line up in a formation with 2 or 3 tight ends or a fullback and just run at you and get 1 yard. That's a total turnaround for who the Pittsburgh Steelers really are and have been since the 70s. To me, for the Pittsburgh Steelers to ever get back to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to go back to their old way of doing things. And what am I talking about? When it came to being able to gain 1 to 5 yards, Steelers used to own that. That was what they were about. If they needed 1 yard, it was almost a guarantee that they would have it. They got to get physical again on the offensive line. The offensive line lacked physicality this year. Many times on 4th and 1 or on the goal line, it looked like they were being pushed back, almost like they were pass blocking. They weren't playing low enough. The defensive line was underneath them, underneath their pads, driving them back. Pittsburgh's got to go out and invest in some road grader type linemen. Linemen that love to run block. Linemen who get off on. Linemen who love to physically dominate their opponent in the run blocking type of game. When the Steelers need 3-4 yards, they have to be able to get on the run. Especially with Ben, if Ben is going to come back another year. He can't be throwing 55, 60 passes. The Steelers need to own 1 to 4 yards. When they run the ball, they need to be able to get 1 to 4 yards whenever they want it. on the ground. You got to get back to being tough, Pittsburgh Steelers. Destroying the ball over the yard. You saw what that did for you. Get back to playing Pittsburgh Steeler. Physical, tough, dominating, intimidating on both sides of the ball. Football. Football starts on the line. Offensive linemen, either you got to bring in some more offensive linemen that can run block, or these guys got to get a heck of a lot tougher. To me, that is the reason why the Steelers' season ended up the way it was. We can talk about all these other things, the drop passes, Ben's age. We can talk about that. Those weren't the big things. The big thing is that the Steelers lacked the ability to get 1 yard when they needed this year. That tells me a lot about that team. That tells me about the mentality of that team, of the offensive line, of the offensive strategies and the game plan that they were employing. Got to get back to being tough. Got to get back to being that team that people know that when they come to play you, it's going to be a physical battle and a war. And they're going to need some ice baths after that game's over. You got to own the line of scrimmage again, Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to be able to get 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, whenever you want it. It starts on the line. That's where the Pittsburgh Steelers lost this year. They could not run the ball. Get back to Pittsburgh Steeler football, which starts with great run defense, rushing the passer, and run the ball. Run the ball. Under the center. Put the quarterback under the center. Put a fullback back there. An H-back. A tailback. Some formations where you can run at people. Be physically tough. Nobody in the NFL wants to face that type of game plan anymore, really anyways. So the more physical you are, the better you're going to be. Defenses want to rush the passer. Nobody wants to stand in there and take on runs. Get back to what you need to do. That's what Pittsburgh needs. Peace.